I hope you realise, I think, well, all of us do, I'm certain in this room, they're proposing to build a town four times the size of Ayrshire, between Rackheath and Wroxham. They're building it over the high-pressure interconnector gas main from Bacton. They're going to site several thousand houses under the centre line of Norwich Airport, where the aircraft are at about 1,000 feet. And I speak for a pilot who's flown that approach many times. Not the best place to build houses, and not the place that I would like to live in anyway. And equally, compared with their promise, no infrastructure, no eco-town, we've now been told, haven't we, that the developer intends to start building some of the building at the end of this year. I feel sorry for Wroxham. I think the other thing that worries me is the developer, he's not worried about our health, is he? He's not worried about the fact that Norfolk Norwich is on black alert most days of the year now. Patients are being treated in store cupboards, in storerooms. But of course, he's not worried about that. He's got his profit. Why should he worry? He's not worried about the destruction of farmland or the water problems. Again, not his problem. He's certainly not worried about the quality of life for you and I, people in Salhouse, Rackheath, and indeed Wroxham and Tumsted. But again, why should he worry? He's got his profit and he'd be long gone and leaving us to pick up the bits. I think it's a pity that we do not live in South Norfolk, because only last week they had an elected member who said he warned his residents, beware the gannets are gathering. And he was meaning the developers. I wish we had that sort of planner here in Broadland. Sad to say, I think what we have is we have a chief planner who wants to see the Norwich urban sprawl spread all the way out to Wroxham. All the farmland gone. We're all going to live in a big city, and that's not what most of us came to Salhouse and Rackheath to live in. Don't be fooled by the spin that they keep saying the housing needs. There's plenty of sites where this could be. In fact, there's a fabulous site in Helston where they could have an eco-town. But of course, as we all know, farmland is cheaper for the developer to buy than industrial land. It's much cheaper, and therefore he makes more profit. I hope you know that Broadland have already earmarked £338,000 of your money and my money to help this project go forward. And did you know that they just called a meeting of all the voluntary organisations in Norfolk and Norwich to try and help run a Rackheath eco-community? Nobody was invited, of course, out of Rackheath. But why do we want other people from the west of Norfolk to come and show us how to run our villages? I don't think we do. Equally, I hope you realise we've just heard a developer has just brought acres of Grade 1 farmland in Tumsted. Now, according to the government, you can't build on Grade 1, but what does he know? Something, and it worries me. So what about finally the second promise? 6 parish councils objected, and nearly 4,000 residents. Now, if that's not strong opposition, I don't know what is. But this is our democracy. And then finally, what about the mad Norfolk hub? Concreting over more of our valuable farmland, 11 hotels, just over there, 6,000 beds, car parking for 7,000. Who said they were going to reduce car travel? Floating restaurants, a US-style convention centre, a Glastonbury-style arena, great, we'll be hearing lovely noise in the evenings, floating restaurants, shopping malls, 2 golf courses. Broadland said the idea was dead. The developer has confirmed to SNUB, not so, I'm proceeding with it. And also, of course, the other frightening thing that should frighten us all, Broadland are now going for an SPD, a special planning document, which means they don't have to go the full length of public consultation. That I find as somebody who believes in democracy frightening. And finally, the costs. With our nation verging on bankruptcy, our defence being cut, our hospitals being cut, police being cut, fire, schools, education, universities, homes for the elderly, everything being cut, and yet the government can find £60 million to fund a pet eco-scheme. And Broadland are quite happy to take the money. To me, there's something very wrong on that. It really is, as I say, the economics of a madhouse. I just received my pension letter today. I get 2p a week more. Great. My council tax, I've just been told, is going to cost me 7p a week more. So, there you are. So I'll end with the future, and I can only say these views are personal views as an old past chairman. I think we have to break this dictatorship in local government. We've got to get rid of it. We've got to get back to our democracy. We've got to remind our elected members that they were elected. We elected them, and we pay their expenses They're there to serve us and our parish councils and our community. They're not here to serve the developers, or not even here to serve the government. We elect MPs to do that. And I think we should have to remind our officers, as we did when I was chairman, when we were known as a unique authority, that sorry, they are public servants. We pay them, and we pay them to carry out our wishes and to look after our district. We do not pay them to serve the developers, and we do not pay them to act as dictators, nor do we need to be fed a huge amount of spin. And I think if only we can achieve that, and only when we achieve that, can we say that we are living in a democracy. And so now it's my pleasure to hand over to Stephen Hurd. Stephen.